Last 5 seconds. Ready, start. All these writ petitions except one. Writ petition civil diary number 10981 of 2020 have been filed by different employers associations questioning the orders issued under the Disaster Management Act 2005 and other consequential orders issued by different states where directions have been issued that all the employers, be it in the industries or in the shops, commercial establishment, shall make payment of wages of their workers at their place on the due date without any deduction for the period their establishments are under closure during the lockdown. In the writ petitions, apart from challenging the DO dated 23/2020 issued by the Secretary, Government of India, Ministry of Labour and Employment, order dated 29 March 2020 issued by the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs in exercise of powers under Section 10(2)(L) of the Disaster Management Act 2005, the vires of Section 10(2)(L) of the Disaster Management Act 2005 has also been questioned in the event. Section 10(2)(L) is interpreting as conferring power to the central government to direct the private employers to make full payment of wages to the employees during the period of lockdown. In few of the writ petitions, directions have also been sought to subsidize 70 to 80% of the wages for the lockdown period by utilizing funds collected by employees, state insurance corporation or the PM Cares Fund or through any other government funds schemes. To understand the nature of relief in different writ petitions, it shall be sufficient to refer reliefs ground claimed in few of the writ petitions, since in other writ petitions reliefs claimed are more or less similar. In WP Civil Diary number 10983 of 2020, Ficus Pax Private Limited versus Union of India, the Union of India had filed a common counter affidavit and prayed that the counter affidavit be adopted in other writ petitions referred to in para 4 of the counter affidavit. Writ petition Civil Diary number 10983 of 2020 is being treated as leading writ petition. Various intervention applications have also been filed in the leading writ petition. The intervention applications filed in leading writ petition are allowed. The petitioner's case is that after the lockdown period, although the petitioner being in a supply chain of several essential items such as pharmaceuticals, food products has been permitted to operate, but its business has been reduced to level of near 5 to 6%. The petitioner challenges the order dated 29th March 2020 and the DO dated 20 March 2020 as being violative of Article 14 under Article 19(1)(g) of the Constitution of India. The petitioner's case is that notifications are arbitrary, illegal, irrational and unreasonable and contrary to the provisions of law including Article 14, Article 19(1)(g). Notifications are unreasonable and arbitrary interference with the rights of petitioner employers under Article 19(1)(g). Notifications are also contrary to the principles of equal work, equal pay and also no work, no pay, for it does not differentiate between the workers who are working during the lockdown period in establishment such as the petitioner who have been permitted to operate during the lockdown period and the workers who had not worked at all. The Home Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India cannot invoke Section 10(2)(l) or any other provisions of the Disaster Management Act 2005 to impose financial obligation on the private sector, such as payment of wages. The central government has the power to allocate funds for emergency response, relief, rehabilitation, mitigation of disaster under the Disaster Management Act. The ultimate onus for any compensation towards worker shall ultimately be of the government, and the said liability cannot be shifted upon the employers in the private establishment. The impugned notifications have the effect of completely negating the statutory provisions under the Industrial Disputes Act 1947. The respondent should not compel the employers to pay the wages for lockdown period, but instead should utilize the funds collected by employees state insurance corporation to make periodical payment to workers. Stop.